think we're live, or at least we're trying to go live. Let's see. I think we're live. Let's go. Welcome in, everyone. Can we see everything? I want to make sure everything's good. Yes, let's go. We are live streaming the Minnesota Twins and Detroit Tigers game. I'm going to be giving some play-by-play, giving some analysis. So let's just jump into this. This is going to be fun. I hope you guys are watching the game at your house or wherever. You can watch the Twins game this afternoon. I'm going to be doing a few innings here. It is on Bally Sports North, so I'm watching the stream here. We're going to be talking about the Twins game as we go along, and we're just going to have fun with this. I plan to do this during some of the games, especially on the weekends during the season. And let's just get right into this. It's going to be Donovan Solano leading things off with Carlos Correa behind him, Kyle Farmer and Joey Gallo, Christian Vasquez, Max Kepler, Michael A. Taylor, Ryan Jeffers, and Tyler White. Man, you'll have to let me know if Tyler White's going to be on the main roster because he seems to be playing every single day with the Twins, and Pablo Lopez is on the mound. That's what we like to see. Pablo Lopez, 32 starts last year, a 10-10 record. We've talked about all of this so many times. Through 180 innings with a 3.75 ERA. I believe this is his second start for the Twins this spring training, and he will be going up against the Tigers today. This is a home game for the Twins, and Pablo Lopez's first pitch is high and outside. Let me know what you guys think about the pitch clock here because I hate it. Already, Pablo Lopez is back into the box, 1-0 pitch, and that's outside for ball 2. The reason I don't like it is because there's no time to tell stories, right? I'm a broadcaster at heart. I love baseball. I love watching the game, and now all of a sudden, here's pitch number 3, swing and a miss by Badu, who was a Twins draftee for, I don't know what year it was, but he was picked up in the Rule 5 draft a couple of years ago, did really well in his first year, then kind of fell off. The 2-1, where did that miss? Down the middle, looked like. It must have been a little low. 95 from Pablo Lopez, but it's a 3-1 count. Trying to avoid a walk in the first at-bat. A chopper to Correa at short, 2 hops. Picks it up, fires to first, and that's out number 1. White at first base. I tell you what, I don't know much about Tyler White, but he has been playing, like I said, in every single spring training game. I don't know what the deal is. He's 33 years old now, or will be this season. Here's Riley Green. He's a big prospect for the Tigers. Only played in 93 games last year, and a off-speed pitch at 81 miles an hour is over for a strike. You go around the infield, you got White at first base, Solano at second, Correa at short, and Kyle Farmer at third base. Another pitch for a strike from Lopez, and he's got a Green 0-2. Love to see Solano at second base. Here's the 0-2 pitch right down the middle, strike 3, and Green is down on strikes. Looking. Did he even swing the bat one time there? I'm not sure. He goes down on 3 pitches. As one of my good friends would say a couple of years ago, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. But 2 quick outs for Pablo Lopez, a good start for him so far. Wonder how long he will pitch today as Javier Baez steps in. And Baez takes a strike on the inside part of the plate. It's 0-1, 4 straight strikes now for Lopez after falling behind Badu and getting the ground out to Correa. The 0-1 from Lopez. Slider that hangs up and does not cut back over the plate. 1-1. There's just no time to tell stories, man. There's no time to tell stories about anything. It is Pablo Lopez back onto the mound as he's already got 7 seconds, 6 seconds, and the pitch. Chopper tapped foul. 1-2. As soon as Lopez gets the ball back, he's already having to go back into his motion. Set on the rubber, only 15 seconds. And he delivers his 1-2. Off the end of the bat towards first base, Tyler White fields, collects, and the PFP pays off for Pablo Lopez. They get Baez and exchange some words there as they run off the field. A good first inning for the Twins, a 1-2-3 inning, and about 10 pitches for Pablo Lopez. As let's check out the live stream. Oh, there's Yak. What's up, my dude? Yak is in the stream. A 5-minute first inning. Is that what we're going to see this year? I mean, like, I have been recording for 5 minutes and 10 seconds now. We have already gone through the first inning of a baseball game. And that was before, like, the lineups were still being presented. The pitching stats were still being presented for both teams. So are we going to see 5-minute innings this year? That'll be interesting. I can get into this in a little bit, but basically what my thought is on games is, like, why are we still seeing 3-hour spring training games? I mean, that is interesting to me. I know that most of the time we'll see like 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes sometimes, especially if they're trying to go really, really quick, because that's spring training. They don't care as much for some of these games, but it's really, really interesting to see. Minnesota has got a full house today. The tailgaters are out. They actually have a split squad today, so we can kind of keep you updated on the other game that is going on at the same time right now. They are the away team in that one against Pittsburgh. So this is like the team, I would say, with the exception of maybe Tyler White, but maybe he gets on the roster this year. I don't think he was on the 40-man roster, so again, I don't know exactly what that situation is going to look like as we continue on this season, but this roster, the game that we're covering today with Lopez and pretty much everybody else, that is the team that you will see in some capacity this season. Again, outside of Buxton, Polanco, Kirilloff, they are not playing today. Kirilloff's still battling that injury. Royce Lewis obviously is going to be out on the 60-day DL for a while, so he will not be in the lineup for a minute or two, as the first pitch from Wentz, a lefty, is into Solano, Donovan Solano, but it is outside for ball one. 80 games last year with Cincinnati, batted .284 with a couple of home runs, as Wentz's second pitch is swung on and lifted out to shallow right field. Coming on as the right fielder into foul territory, makes the catch. I'm not sure who is out there defensively for the Tigers. We might see it. It looks like it's Meadows, Austin Meadows with the Tigers now. I remember when he was traded over from Tampa Bay a couple of years ago. Gosh, who was in that trade? You'll have to let me know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It was at the trade deadline, I believe. But here's Carlos Correa, 136 games last year, just under 300 and 22 home runs. Had a hit in his first at-bat in his first game that he played as he takes low. That looked like a good pitch from Wentz. Ball one, 94 miles an hour from the lefty. Carlos Correa, I love these uniforms, though. Carlos Correa, as much as I don't love him as a Twin, and I can get into that in a second, he's good. He helps the Twins. He fouls this one straight back, and it's 1-1. And I've said this in some of my other videos. If you haven't, been on the channel for too long, I cover the Twins. I'm a huge Twins fan, but I am a big fan of Royce Lewis. I'm a big fan of Brooks Lee and some of these other guys they have coming up, and I just don't know if Correa is the future of the Twins. He is going to be the future, whether you like it or not. 6 years, $200 million as he takes a fastball at 95 up at the eyes. It's 2-1. But I don't know. I just want to see the talent develop underneath him, and I think he's going to be a great leader for that. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That is inside. 3-1 as Correa doesn't even move in the box. He keeps his feet there, and Wentz is having to take some time himself. 3-1 scoreless inning here in the bottom of the first, 1 out for Carlos Correa, the second batter in the Twins lineup. The 3-1 from Wentz, outside ball 4, he walked him. So yeah, I think Correa is a great leader. He's going to bring so much experience again from last year being on a losing team, right? The Twins finished third, under 500, I believe. They did not have a good year. Injuries obviously plagued them for a long time. They now have pitching. They now have a solid lineup. Kyle Farmer, a new addition, batted .255 last year in 144 games, had 14 home runs. Like, these are the guys who are definitely going to take something from Correa being on the team, as Farmer takes strike one, 86-mile-an-hour changeup in there. And I think that Correa has a lot of value to the younger guys like Julian, like Royce Lewis, like Brooks Lee, and that'll be very much appreciated as we move forward into 6 years with Correa. Farmer swings a ground ball to the shortstop. There's 1 and 2, an inning-ending double play for the Detroit Tigers, and we're done with 1 inning. Just like that, very quick. Again, like, I've been recording for under 10 minutes now. Under 10 minutes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. 10 minutes have gone by on the clock. And again, that was because of the, or not because, but we started the stream when the lineups were going up. So that just tells you how quickly these games are. And if you followed MLB for a long time, especially in the last 10 years, you know, about 10 minutes per half inning, 20 minutes per inning. 3 innings is an hour, 3-hour baseball game. So we are on track for an hour-and-a-half baseball game right now. I've got you fixed up. Have a good stream. Hope you enjoy the game. Thanks, Yak. Just keep the stream on. I'd appreciate it. But I'll be able to talk to you guys through the commercial breaks when we get some time there. As the game cuts away, of course. Let's just get into this. I'll talk about this during the commercial here. I'm not a fan of the pitch clock. Like I said, I think it's too fast. I think that's priority number 1, is it's too fast, right? Pitchers have 15 seconds, but they're not really able to utilize the full 15 seconds. 1, you have to start your motion before the 15 seconds is up, so you really only get 13 to 14 seconds before it hits 0 that you have to be pitching. So already the 15-second is a lie. Number 2 is that most of these pitchers, and maybe it'll change, but they don't take the full 15 seconds. So they only take about 10 seconds. And some of you guys may say that's really good, but I say that's just so much. It's a lot of pressure on them for their injury, for their arm. It's a lot of just constantly going. Like I said, there's not enough time to talk about these things, to take a breath. I know that there's a guy on TikTok. I actually don't know his name off the top of my head. He's the guy that goes, ball. Or no, like calls the pitches as he sees it. You guys probably know who I'm talking about, and I could pull it up if I really wanted to, but I want to keep talking here. So, like that guy says, there's a mental part of the game. Like there's a mental part of the game that you make it to the majors. You're in a 1-2 count. You're trying to decide what this guy is gonna throw. You're trying to see how you can maneuver guys around the bases and take time to like place that. There's so much more to baseball than the physical. You're swinging the bat, you're throwing the ball, and that's just what you don't get very much anymore, at least right away that I'm seeing, because there's just no time, right? There's no time to do that. It is constant, and that's fine to some extent, but I think that you're losing what it is. You're losing what it means to have baseball, right? My stream has actually stopped working right now, so that's great. We'll try to get that back in a second, but my personal thought on the pitch clock is it shouldn't be 15 seconds. It should be 20 seconds, and it shouldn't be as strict as they're making it. It should be a loose 20 seconds, and not to say that it's a loose 20 seconds, but just to say that, like, you get 20 seconds. If you go 19 seconds one time, 22 seconds, 23 seconds another time, then you're down to 16 seconds. As long as you're right around that 20 mark, I think that is fine. And, like, that keeps the game moving. As long as you're not stalling and taking, 15 seconds extra every time, right? If you're making it 35 seconds, 45 seconds a pitch, then, okay, maybe you get a warning, you get some extensive talks, whatever, and you kind of go into the let's speed up the game a little bit. But just to have a guy throw for 5 extra seconds or take 5 extra seconds in a big moment, I think that is where the game loses part of like what it is to be baseball. And I must have missed the entire inning because they're in the bottom of the second inning already. And I don't know if the stream... Oh, yeah, they're in the... Okay, here we are. Nope, there's 2 outs, so the stream is back now. This is Spencer Torkelson in the box. I hope you guys got that explanation. Sorry that we couldn't watch the game here, but it is... now we are back as the stream reloaded, and Pablo Lopez is already in an 0-2 count. I'm guessing Torkelson's going to get out here really quickly because, like I said, is in the bottom of the second inning as MLB had already updated, and the stream is a little bit delayed. So here's Pablo Lopez, 0-2 to Torkelson, and he swings and misses, strike 3. So just like that, Spencer Torkelson is down on strikes, and Lopez gets through 2 innings, presumably, yes, without a hit, as he's doing well. He is doing well, and that's what I think we can expect a lot more of this season. I totally agree on the pitch timer. 2 strict should be about 20-25 seconds. Yeah, I think that is fair. Like I said, 20 seconds seems good, right? And most of these guys are going to continue to go a little faster. Like you're looking at now, they have 15 seconds, but they're really pitching about 10 seconds into the pitch climber with like 7 or 6 seconds left on the clock. So if they, give them 20 seconds, they're still going to take about 15 seconds. And if they need more, I think it's that loose, like, hey, just don't do it every time kind of thing. Like, I think everyone is under the understanding that you want to keep the game moving. And I don't think anybody is upset about that when you're taking time off every single pitch and you're wasting minutes. Like, that's where you get into the frustrating, slowness of the game. So let's keep it going here. And I'll give you an update on the other Twins game. They are in the middle of the second inning, still tied 0-0 over there against the Pirates. Again, there's a split squad today. And who is pitching in that game? I looked earlier. Do they not have it pulled up? Oh, Dion. I don't know who De Leon is. Who is that? Jesus De Leon. Through 1 inning, has a strikeout. Cool. All right. We're still not back from commercial yet. So let me know how you guys are doing. If you are enjoying the stream, if you are enjoying the game, if you're able to watch the game yourself. Like I said, I'm just probably going to broadcast the first 3, maybe 4 innings, depending on how fast this goes. I'll have about till 2 o'clock or so. So another hour and a half, the game might be over at that point. Who knows? Here's the first pitch to Joey Gallo from Wentz. He takes it outside for ball 1. Joey Gallo, a big man who I'm excited to see this year. The 1-0 pitch from Wentz in the dirt. It's 2-0. 2-0. Expect a fastball here for Gallo. Already, spring training, get it over. Wentz at 11 pitches. Joey Gallo not leading off today. The 2-0 pitch from Wentz. And a big cut from Gallo. Swings and misses. It's 2-1. Gallo, 126 games last year. Only batted 160 with 19 home runs. But the shift is banned. Here's the 2-1. And that's low. 3-1 to Gallo. If you didn't see the game the other day, they shifted Gallo with the outfield. They can do that. You just have to have the guys on the infield in their position. 3-1, lifted out to right. This one is carrying at the wall, and Joey Gallo puts the Twins on the board first. That's a home run. Joey Gallo on a 3-1 pitch takes it, pulls it over everybody. You can shift whoever you want there, and gets the Twins on the board 1-0. Good job, Joey Gallo. And he went lefty on lefty. That's something that is going to be interesting to watch this year. Again, the shift is banned on the infield. You have to have 2 guys on both sides of second base. Looked like a fastball that Gallo just got out in front of. But what teams have been doing is you can still kind of shift, right? You can put the shortstop up the middle as long as he is on the dirt on the the third base side of second base, and then you can move the guys on first and second over a little bit to pull for a lefty. Next up is Vasquez. He took a strike. And again, there's no time to explain any of this because you got to keep the action moving. So Wentz is 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2 on Vasquez. But what they have done on Gallo is they took the left fielder, put him in center, or you can move the left fielder. But you take him, move him to center, you take the center fielder, and you put him where that shortstop third baseman would have gone on the regular shift. So there's still like 3 guys on that first base side, but it's just one of the outfielders now. 0-2, lifted out towards left field, and I think that's Badu coming in. He makes the catch for the first out in the bottom of the second. I'm excited to see how Vasquez does this year. I'm not a huge Vasquez fan just because, again, I think there is other talent that the Twins can lean into. I'm not a huge Jeffers fan either. I think that's one of the areas they struggle with most is a really good catcher, but Vasquez and Jeffers, I think, will do enough this year. I really was a fan of Garver. I think that was probably my biggest issue. I really did not want them to get rid of Garver, so maybe that's just where this comes from. But Kepler steps into the box. He takes a pitch inside and now rips the second one off the glove of the first baseman. I think that was Torkelson, and it's a fair ball. Kepler is on first, and it goes out of play underneath the tarp, the rolled up tarp, and he will head to second. So a ground rule double, I believe is what you'd call that, for Kepler with one out here in the bottom of the second. Again, the Twins are leading 1-0. That was ripped on a one hop down the right field line off the glove of Spencer Torkelson. And then it rolls either into the tarp or above the tarp into the stands for a ground rule double. Here's Michael A. Taylor. Excited to see him this year as he swings and fouls one straight back. It's 0-1 on Taylor. Taylor in 124 games last year just batted over 250, 9 home runs, 43 RBI. He is the replacement for Buxton as well as Celestino as a right-handed bat. Wentz is 0-1 inside, and it's 1-1. Again, Kepler on second base. Celestino with thumb injuries. He had to have surgery. He is out for 2 months or so. So it was really good to bring in Taylor. I don't know if the Twins knew about that. I'm sure they did. So they brought in another right-handed, good glove, gold glove defensive man in Taylor as he swings and fouls this one over the first base dugout. It's 1-2. But Taylor, he's very good defensively. A little bit quick as well. He's got some speed. So going to be exciting to watch him. I am a Celestino fan as well. So I hope that he can, live up to be a better Celestino. That would be great. Here's the 1-2, and a high fastball gets Taylor kind of just chopping at some lumber there. That was not a very good swing, but that he is the second out of the second inning, and that'll bring up Jeffers. I love these Twins uniforms, though. They look really, really clean. I was not the biggest fan of the rebrand as soon as they launched, but I kept seeing their graphics, the way they lay out their media day kind of stuff. Oof, their jerseys are so clean. I wish it was opposite. The numbers were blue and the letters were red, but that's okay. Jeffers takes a chest-high pitch for ball number 1. Wentz is now at 24 pitches. I would expect this to be his last inning, maybe last batter, no matter what. He might get one more because that's the one time through the lineup. But here's the 1-0 pitch to Jeffers. He swings, fouls it off, and it's 1-1. Twins kind of slowing down the game here with a runner on. Of course, the home run from Gallo helps. We are at 23 minutes now into the game and just about done with 2 innings of work. Still way faster than a normal game. Wentz taking all of the pitch clock now, down to 3 seconds. Here is the 1-1, and that one about chest high again, but called a strike, and it's 1-2 on Jeffers. Vasquez is a switch hitting catcher. Jeffers a more powerful right-handed bat. 1-2 to Jeffers, and he swings right through a changeup for out number 3. That was kind of dirty. That was disgustingly good. And I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Again, that is 2 innings completed in 24 minutes. You do the math, that is 12 minutes per inning. Not half inning, per inning. That is crazy. I'm a huge fan of it to some extent, but man, that is so quick. Let me get my charger here. Get my computer charger. And we'll try to get right back to the action. Another check on the other game. They are in the bottom of the second inning. The Pirates are now up 1-0 over the Twins in that part of the world. That's so exciting. Usually they'd be about 1.5 innings done right now, so that's pretty crazy how fast they can go. I'm just restarting the stream here once again so that we are on pace. It's loading. How's everyone's day going? If you're here in the comments, I'd love to have you comment. Love to have you talk about the game with me. Like I said, I can get to your comments and conversations at the half-inning marks. My computer sounds like it's taking off. It does not like to stream games. It is old. That's probably why there's just buffering too. All right, we're back. Lopez is still pitching. He is in a 1-2 count to Nevin and gets a swing and a miss. How about that? So very quick first out here in the top of the third inning. Lopez, though, at 27 pitches. I'm sure they're saying this. I can't hear the game because I'm watching it and can't get demonetized or copyrighted for playing the audio for the Twins stream. But they are letting Lopez go, probably on a pitch count instead of an inning basis, or at least one time through the lineup. But here is Kreidler. He takes ball one high. Ryan Kreidler played in 26 games last year, 178 average with a home run. The 1-0 pitch from Lopez is in there for a strike. Twins lead 1-0 again at the top of the third inning. The count is 1-1 on Kreidler. Lopez, ball in the dirt. It was a good slider, curveball sort of action. Did not get a swing. It's 2-1. Lopez now at 30 pitches, so I would assure you that this is probably his last inning of work. A slider that went zoom and swung at and missed. 2-2 now to Kreidler, the number 8 hitter. Again, the Twins have not allowed a hit here in this game so far. The reason I'm saying that is because it's spring training. I would never say that in a real game, but I don't care about spring training. And Kreidler fouls off the 2-2. A 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Lopez. If he can locate that all season, I am going to be A-okay with him probably being about the 2 or 3 for the Twins. Another 2-2 pitch to Kreidler. It is laced over to Correa. He backhands it, throws on a hop, and gets Kreidler by a step. Nice play by Correa. It was a 2-hopper dying tail. Correa got it on the backhand off his shoe top and threw it into the dirt. One-hopped it over to White, and White finishes the job there. So good play by Correa, better play by White, and that brings us to the number 9 hole hitter, Rogers, who takes inside on an 80-mile-an-hour backup slider, and it's 1-0. Jake Rogers has not played a game in the major leagues. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled back, 1-1. Love the Twins, man. Good to have baseball back. Put a little asterisk on how many times announcers will say that in the first couple of months. The 1-1 pitch, a bad swing and a miss on a slider in the other batter's box, 1-2 to Rogers. And Pablo Lopez right back on the mound, 7-6, 5 seconds to go on the pitch clock. 1-2, same pitch, that slider that went into the left-handed batter's box, and it is called a ball, 2-2. The righty Jake Rogers, the righty Pablo Lopez, who will pitch number 38 here of his outing, and he gets a fly ball to center field. Going back is Taylor. He looks up, and the ball ends up on the other side of the fence. That's a home run for Jake Rogers. There's the no-hitter. There's the perfect game. There, it's the shutout. It's all gone. And we have a tie game, 1-1. On a 2-2 pitch, it looked like a fastball that ran inside. It was pretty actually far out over the plate. and he took that pretty much dead center. So, would have liked to see Taylor make an effort there. Maybe climb the wall a little bit, but what can you do? Brings up Badu again, and Badu takes strike one. He showed a bunt, pulled it back. And again, I would imagine that this is probably the last batter or so for Lopez. A liner, and that'll drop for a hit to Kepler in right. Now at 40 pitches, I would guess that they are not going to allow Lopez to continue, deep into this game, especially on the pitch count. But you would have, of course, liked to see him get through 3 innings. They went to a little commercial break kind of looking thing here, like a little advertisement. So I don't know what the situation is. Again, I can't hear the game. I can only see what is shown on TV. They're going to let him go. Here's Green. And he takes a fastball off the kneecaps, or at least right around the kneecaps, 1-0. Akil Baddoo is on first base. He is not in the box. Spring training for the graphics people, too. Everyone is learning. Top of the third again, we are tied 1-1. 2 outs. This is Riley Green. And the pitch is high. They pitched out. Looking for Baddoo to steal second, maybe. Again, a lot of this, I think, is a work in progress for what you can expect from the pitchers. And I'll elaborate more on that in a little bit. But here's the 2-0. Green takes a little bit outside, but called a strike. It's 2-1. And what I mean by that is pitchers, they're working on pitches. They're working on pitch location. They're working on timing. Of course, with the new pitch clock, spring training means nothing. As long as they're headed in the right direction, I would say mentally, what they are able to produce from their own ability. A slider that goes into left field, and back is Gallo. He cannot make the catch, and it is one hopped off the wall. We'll see how far Baddoo goes. He is going to head home. The throw home is not in time, and Detroit takes a 2-1 lead here in the top of the third off a double from Riley Green. Gallo, the Gold Glove defenseman out there in left, just could not come up with the play as that ball went just over his head. Gallo's a big dude too, so that ball was hit hard, it was hit high, and one hops off the wall. Javier Baez is in now, and time is called. Will we see? Nope, Pablo Lopez staying out there, so he's going to go, looks like, to probably finish this inning. So we pitch 45 here, with a guy on second, 2 outs, and a 2-1 game for Detroit. A little tapper to short. Carlos Correa scoops behind second base, throws, and gets Javi Baez by half a step. So that will probably do it for Pablo Lopez. 45 pitches in his second outing. They do give up the lead on 3 hits, and it's 2-1 Detroit. But like I said, it's not so much for pitchers to worry about results. I would say or results is in like the score, right? You're looking at results as in, is he locating pitches? Is he able to hit 95 on certain spots? What's his slider doing? A lot of Lopez's slider was backing up. It was, to a righty. You would think a slider would cut away into the other batter's box, like I said a few times, but a lot of the time, this time, he's backing it up. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe he's trying to see what a backdoor slider would look like to a righty. Maybe he's trying to throw it in the left-handed batter's box and it's not working. So a lot to unpack there. But let's again give you the rundown on the other Twins game that is not being live streamed today. The Twins are still trailing 1-0 against the Pirates. In that game, they are in the bottom of the third inning. So there you go. Let's see if we can get to your comments as well. I think doing it on my phone is easier. Of course, the stream buffers in the commercials. I don't know why. That bothers me, but it's okay. Sup, Brandon? How's it going? Bills on Bills. Yeah, I don't know why the stream freezes and buffers only in the commercials. I mean, I'd rather have that, but then I missed the start of the inning, and I don't know why. Kind of makes me uneasy. So we'll try to get this game back for you. Hydrate, people. Water's good for you. So we are at 35 minutes technically. In about 15 seconds. So 35 minutes in, and we have completed 2 1/3 innings, or 2.5 innings, I should say. 2.5 innings. which again is so far on pace for a much quicker game, probably about a 2-hour, 25-minute game right now, as the first pitch for Wentz, who is still out there on the mound, to White is a strike. Tyler White, he has played since 2016 in the majors to 2019, now getting another opportunity. Another ball from Wentz there, it's 1-1. The righty White, he's a little stocky guy, but he has some power, plays some first base. The 1-1 to him, he swings and misses. Tried to tie the game up right there. It is 2-1 in the bottom of the third inning, as it'll be 9-1-2 up for the Twins. We'll see if they make any roster substitutions here. Probably not. They'll probably give everybody another opportunity through the lineup. White took some time outside of the box on that pitch. Must have got back in time, though. It's 1-2. Now 2-2 as that ball is in the dirt. Got to be in the box in 8 seconds if you are the batter, which is kind of dumb. I'll explain that in a second, too. 2-2, though, to White. Outside, 3-2. Full count to the number 9-hole hitter. I think as long as the pitcher gets the ball off by the 15-second mark, if that's what we're going to play by the rules for, shouldn't matter what the batter does. 3-2 to White, swing, pops it up. Into shallow right field, going into foul territory is Meadows, and he cannot get there. So White stays alive. He'll get another opportunity. Basically, if the batter doesn't want to be in the box in the first 7 seconds, if he wants to collect himself more, like I said, about the mental game, right? Trying to figure out the situation, trying to figure out, what the pitcher's going to throw, whatever. If he doesn't want to be in the box in the first 8 seconds, he shouldn't have to be, right? And the pitcher should be able to throw that ball whenever he wants. At the 14-second mark, at the 7-second mark, at the 1-second mark. Doesn't matter if a batter is in there or not. 3-2. And White fouls it away. Now, with that comes, you still have to throw the strike, right? And it's saying if the batter is not ready, there's an automatic strike on the batter because he was not ready. Here's another 3-2 from Wentz to White. A ground ball over to third base. That is foul. And White has a pretty good at-bat here, staying alive. 3 straight foul balls. Still 3-2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Detroit leading 2-1. But the only thing that comes with that is, right, like, there's that guy for the Dodgers. I mentioned it in one of the other videos. I think his last name is Vargas. Maybe Rojas could be one of them. He has not swung at a pitch in spring training, and he has walked in 4 of his 8 at-bats. So you still have to pitch to the guy. 3-2 pitch to White. This one is roped towards right, and it falls for a hit and then goes out of play. That will be a ground rule double for White, right on the line. Good piece of hitting, good at-bat there for Tyler White. This one, a fastball in the outside corner, laced into the right field corner, and it might have hit the chalk line and bounces into the bullpen area. So a double for White. It'll bring up Solano and Carlos Correa. But like what I was saying is, maybe that is the reason why you have to be in there to take a automatic strike. This one is fouled off at the plate. A nasty curveball, 77 miles an hour to Solano in the first pitch. He spoils it away. It's 0-1. As that guy for the Dodgers did not swing at a pitch, and he's walked 4 times. It's hard to throw strikes to guys. And again, that question's what are they trying to work on, but maybe that's your only argument for it. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball over to third base. Solano is thrown out at first with the check on the runner at second. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Let me know what you guys think about that. Should the batter have to be in the box? I think no. I think the pitcher should have to still throw a strike. And I think that the strike, it doesn't matter where the batter is. If the batter wants to take it out and think about it. So, like, here's the thing, right? If it is, maybe this is more so for the pitcher and not the batter. We'll wait for the first pitch for Correa. It doesn't come, actually. There's 1 step off for Wentz now during this at-bat for Tyler White. You can only disengage from the rubber 2.5 times, technically. You have to get the runner out on the second time, otherwise it is a balk. per at bat, I believe. Correa walked in his first at bat, swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. It's 0-1. So what I was saying is, like, there's probably going to be some strategy involved in this game. Whereas if a pitcher gets up 0-2 and he wants to take an extra second to decide what pitch he's going to throw it, where he's going to throw it, what the situation is, right? He can purposely allow for a ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Correa. That's low and outside on an 86-mile-an-hour changeup, 1-1. So again, if you're a batter, you go down 0-2, and the pitcher wants to take 25 seconds to collect himself, there'd be an automatic ball called, right? Here's the 1-1 to Correa. This one is lifted high into center field. Playing it is the center fielder. I believe that's Green out there. And will White tag up? He will try. Goes to third base, and he is in there safely on the tag up. 2 outs, though, here in the bottom of the third. As Correa, it's not credited as a sac fly, but does the job at least advancing him to third. Obviously, that wasn't the goal, but it happened. White is not the fastest guy there, but was able to slide in safely. So, again, the strategy that's involved in it is, like, if you want to take that extra ball, because what does it really matter, right? You're going to waste a pitch anyway on 1-2. If you just, or 0-2, if you're going to waste it and be a ball anyway, you might as well just give it to him in some instances, I'm sure, right? There will be some strategy involved. It'll be exciting to see. It'll be cool. Here is Kyle Farmer, though. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Farmer 0-1 on the day. Grounded into an inning-ending double play in the first inning. And swings at this one, jammed on the inside of the bat. Looks like a looper. And Torkelson makes a over-the-shoulder sliding catch to end the inning. That was impressive. Over the shoulder, sliding away from the first base bag. Makes a nice catch, and Wentz's day is probably done as well. That was nice. That was nice. It's still 2-1 Detroit as we head to the 4th inning. 4th inning already. Wow. Seriously, I don't know what the goal is, though. The goal is to speed up the game, right? Is the goal to have 2-hour games? Is that the goal? Like, I don't know. But we're in the 4th inning, and it has been 42 minutes. That's crazy. Update in the Twins-Pirates game. The Twins have taken the lead, or not taken the lead, sorry, tied it up at 1. Jose Miranda homers on a ball to left center field. That's great. That is great to see. Of course, I made the statement in one of the videos that I produced in the last couple of days that Miranda is battling an injury where he can only play first base and DH. His shoulder, it's hard for him to throw, to that extent, I would say. So for him to be able to still hit, of course, is super important, but to still have that power, to still be able to hit home runs, to still be in the lineup in some capacity, that's going to be super important for the Twins, especially on opening day. Again, with Kirilloff out for what it looks like for a while, maybe, depending on the injury. I've seen reports that it's still a problem. I've seen reports that it's gotten a lot better, but will he be able to play? He's still listed as out. With him out, presumably, Miranda being able to step into first base as a righty, and then Gallo being able to step in there as a lefty, that's going to be huge for the platooning. Of course, you've got Farmer and Solano that can play third. You've also got Solano, obviously, who can play second, because that's what he's doing today, depending on where Polanco needs to be. A lot to kind of look at in terms of where everybody's going to be based on the injuries. And I'm sure things will change 600 times before we figure it out. You know what I'm saying? New pitcher on the mound for Tyler Meadows, who steps into the box, the number 4 hole hitter for Detroit. Again, up 2-1 in the top of the 4th. It is a swing on the first pitch right over to Polanco, and that is the first out. So Polanco, or that's Solano, sorry, that is Solano. Solano at second base in number 39. And Pablo Lopez is talking right now. I wish I could hear him, but it is Tyler Gosh, I cannot say this dude's name. It's not Mally. Maley. I'm going to go with Maley. No, Molly. Mally. I'm going to go with Mally. Mally. First pitch to, I think it's Haase. I don't know how to say this guy's name for Detroit. He's already down 0-1. And that one is blasted to left. Is it going to stay in the park? Is it a foul ball or no? Looked like a foul ball. 0-2. That was close. Mally. We're going to go with Mally. Tyler Mally. He needs a new nickname. Mal. M-A-L. Mal. Anyway, it's 0-2 on Detroit's man. See, what happens after a foul ball, right? Were they, like, looking at that? Like, that was definitely more than 15 seconds. Come on, speed up the game. That's what we're trying to do here. That one's outside from Mally. It's going to be a problem all year. It's just like one of those names that just doesn't work for me. Now it is 2-2 on Haase. Let's Google this guy's name because I don't know what it is. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Eric Haase. Eric Haase strikes out. Good to know. Mally. The H is what confuses me, I think. It looks like Molly. Like, I would say it's Molly, but it's not Molly. Spencer Torkelson steps into the box. He struck out, I believe, on 3 pitches last time. And swings at the first one. Pops it up. Is there a play to be made at first base? No, it gets into the seats. And so in 1. This is such a quick game. Spencer Torkelson and the Detroit Tigers leading 2-1 here in the top of the 4th. Mally looks in, takes that ball high. Struggling a little bit. This name is just throwing me off. Sorry. It is 1-1. Molly checking the sign. He's using more of the pitch clock than anybody else, though. Ooh, that one got up and hit Torkelson. Oof. That one got up by the face. Torkelson was a monster. I believe he was part of the 2020 draft. He was a monster for Arizona State. I was supposed to watch him play Nebraska. It got him in the elbow. Got by his face, though. He turned and his helmet came flying off. But wearing that elbow guard, I hope he's okay. Pointing to his forearm, elbow-ish area. So, looks like he will be okay, but that is always scary. Mally throws hard. So, wonder what role he's going to be in this year. I would expect him to be a starter. I'd expect him to be in that, 3 or 4 range, depending on what they do with Lopez. It depends what they do with Sonny Gray. I would still go Ryan, Sonny Gray, Lopez, Mally, and then Maeda. That's probably my thought. Here's Nevin. And that's an off-speed pitch low? Really? Wow. Mally is like only throwing off-speed here, except for the ball that he hit Torkelson with. That was a fastball. 1-0 to Nevin. And this one's off the end of the bat, fouled away. 1-1. You can definitely tell the game slows down more with a runner on base. I mean, they do get that extra 5 seconds, but it seems as if maybe there's just been a ton of foul balls, and that's, the problem is foul ball, you got to see where it lands, and then the umpire will throw it to the pitcher, and that's when the clock starts. So you really get maybe like 30 seconds there. And then, obviously, with this guy using more of the pitch clock than other guys, he's down to the 2-second mark pretty consistently, 2 to 3 second mark. You're getting that full 18, 19 seconds of the 20-second pitch clock. So, definitely something of note. how certain pitchers will go about the way they use the pitch clock. I guess with nobody on, you can work as fast as you want. And now the stream is buffering again. We probably won't know how this at-bat ends. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you here. Trying to refresh the stream. Okay, we're probably behind now, but it just keeps freezing. This is garbage. Bali Sports. It's probably my internet, to be honest. But sheesh, it froze and is not coming back. I'm gonna guess they're at the end of the inning. Anyway, though, if we are through 4.5 at 50 minutes, the game has slowed down a little bit too, like I said, but through 4.5 innings, 50 minutes in, even if this next inning takes 10 minutes, we'll be through 4 innings in an hour. And that is roughly almost half the game. You're taking about 10 minutes maybe off per hour. That's 2.5 hours. That's, I guess, what their target is. So I'll probably just do the bottom of this inning. My voice is starting to hurt because I haven't done this in years and it's gone by quickly. So I have to adjust to this myself. But we will do one more half inning here and get through this bottom of the 4th with the Twins coming to bat. They are losing again 2-1. On the other game, they're still tied 1-1. They're in the bottom of the 4th as well for Twins and Pirates game. Looks like every game is pretty close in time to where the Twins are located right now. Bottom of 3, end of 3, top 4, bottom 4, top 4. So this Twins game may be going by a little bit quicker than games would normally. But again, if you could take 10 minutes off per hour, which is like 1/2 inning quicker, you will eventually get to that 2.5 hour mark. So, I mean, like, maybe it's just a 15-second thing. That's just what bothers me the most. I think, like I said, everyone wants the game to continue to progress and grow, but also, like, not be boring. Maybe I just think it's too strict. I don't know. My water is gone. Let's get through one more half inning here with Diaz now on the mound. Joey Gallo in the box, hit a home run in a 3-1 count. Last time he was at the plate. Again, that's really good to see. I wonder where we'll see Joey Gallo the most this season, if it'll be at first base, if it'll be in left field, if it'll be the DH. He takes ball 1 on Diaz, the lefty. Gallo standing in against the righty of Diaz. Bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Tigers. That pitch is outside to Gallo. It's 2-0. Gallo's patient. He's a patient guy. Does strike out a lot because he tries to hit home runs a lot. Sometimes that pays off. He tried to hit a home run there and tie the game. Missed it. 2-1 now to Gallo. But like I said, I think the shift will help him. I don't think they'll shift him all the time. As the 2-1 pitch is high to Gallo. It's now 3-1. They are not shifting him right now. The shortstop is playing maybe a step or two. Again, on the third base side. You have to be on the third base side. But a step or two there. The third baseman is playing maybe where the shortstop would normally. As this one is looped over the head of the first baseman and into right field for a base hit. Gallo, another hit on 3-1. He's 2 for 2 today. He's a good hitter. He's a good hitter. He strikes out a lot. But he's a good hitter. He's a patient hitter. And I think that is what's really important. Like, that is somebody that the Twins need. And when they signed him, I was a little bit hesitant because he's a big strikeout guy. I didn't want another Logan Morrison. I didn't want another Sano. But he is a different kind of hitter, right? He's also really good in the field. In that left field spot, Gold Glove winner. Made a misplay earlier today. Just didn't quite get to the ball. But here's Vasquez. It's already 1-0. Now 2-0 on a ball a little bit low and outside. But Gallo could lead off for the Twins. He could be the 4-hitter. They might not shift him right all the time, and now he can hit singles. Wasn't able to do that before. Or he can learn to go the other way now if they bring the outfield over. They play the left fielder in center, the center fielder in the short right. They could learn to go the other way a little bit more, or there's more space at least if he does go the other way. I think he could be an all-star this year. 3-0 to Vasquez. And that's ball 4. Walked him on 4 pitches. First and second for the Twins here. We'll see if they can at least take a lead. And maybe I was wrong about Vasquez being a switch catcher. I thought he was, but maybe I'm totally wrong about that. Maybe it was Sandy Leon. I don't remember, to be honest. Max Kepler, though, was in. He doubled down the first baseline his first at-bat. The ball then rolled into the tarp or over the tarp and into the stands, so he got a ground rule double. If he can get a hit here, though, he would score a run and tie this game. It's 2-1 Tigers. Bottom of the 4th, nobody out as Kepler called time. He was able to call time. See, I don't know what that means. He called time. So the clock stopped. Maybe they explain it. Again, I can't hear the game. But here's the first pitch to Kepler. It's low for ball 1. I don't understand the little nitpicky rules about the pitch clock yet. I think you should be able to call time once, twice, 3 times during an at-bat, as long as it's not excessive. Again, that's the big word. 2-0 now to Gallo with that ball in the dirt. I think the biggest thing about baseball is they're trying to make too many changes at once, right? Trying to go too extreme with the pitch clock being 15 seconds and then enforcing it like they are. That's where it just becomes too extreme. 2-0 pitch to Kepler. He swings and fouls it off his shin. It's 2-1. It was going to be a ground ball double play anyway, so Kepler was way over that pitch. But that's just what I'm saying is I think they took a big swing. Some of these parts will hit, right? I think you can't complain about the pitch clock necessarily, but some of these parts will hit. And then other parts will evolve, right? That pitch is high at the letters. It's 3-1 to Max Kepler. I have the hiccups as well. But I hope some of these things are changed a little bit, or at least elaborated more on. Yes, you can step off more than twice. Again, not as long as it's not excessive. Maybe you do need a rule for what is excessive as Kepler swings, and it's going to be a double play again. And did he beat it out? He did beat it out. So it is first and third now. As Kepler grounded a ball to the second baseman. They flipped it to second for the first out. Couldn't get him at first for the second out. So runners on the corners, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. But yeah, that's just my thought, is that they went extreme. Hopefully they dial it down a little bit in the regular season. They're training these players to feel the 15 seconds. But it hopefully won't be as extreme in the regular season. Foul tip is what that first pitch was called on Michael Taylor. He struck out on a high fastball in the second inning. Just don't ground into a double play here, and the Twins will tie the game. Anything else would score. And Michael A. Taylor swings at another high fastball. It's 0-2. Taylor is not the biggest bat in the world. Really good defensively. Really good with speed. Batted .241 in his career. 74 home runs. But just don't ground into a double play. Here is the 0-2, and it is fouled straight back on a 97-mile-an-hour heater from Diaz. Diaz now already at 18 pitches. And again, we are just about at the hour mark. 4 innings into a baseball game. That's pretty good. 0-2, and he swings and misses. 89-mile-an-hour splitter, maybe, is what it kind of looked like. Taylor strikes out. Can't do that, really. Said anything else would score him. That's not true. Strikeout would have been pretty much the only thing that wouldn't have scored. Who's on third? I think it's Gallo. And I'm going to bring up Ryan Jeffers. I think he had a home run in a game the other day. 3-run home run, if I do remember so myself. And he takes ball 1 on the outside corner. Jeffers is 0-1 on the day. I believe he had a tapper in the second inning. I don't have it in the book in front of me. I should. There's one check over to Kepler at first. Again, you can only have 2.5 rubber disengagements, which means you can pick over twice, you can step off twice, whatever, but on the third time, you have to get the guy out. Otherwise, it is a balk. Jeffers fouls off the 1-0 pitch. Now, I believe a balk is that all runners get to advance. You'd have to have that, right? In this case, there's no runner at second, so the balk would mean everybody would score instead of just putting the guy that they were attempting to get out at the next base. That's my interpretation of what that would be. Jeffers swings right through a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 1-2. That ball could have gone a long way. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream, though. Again, we will end the stream here at the end of this inning, but I hope you guys were able to enjoy the stream. 1-2 pitch is grounded to the right side. Second baseman picks it up, flips it to first, and the Twins leave 2 on. So they head to the 5th, down 2-1. And again, we are just a minute over the hour. 4 innings in 1 hour of play. 60 minutes, which is 15 minutes per inning instead of your normal 20. So they shaved off 20 minutes over the course of that hour. So really crazy. Again, they were on pace for like a 2-hour game right away, so it has slowed down a little bit. But other than that, the Twins and Pirates are in the 5th inning, tied at 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys did enjoy just a fun little stream. I'm going to go watch some NASCAR. Let's go. But I hope to do this a little bit more during the regular season. Of course, when there's a lot more excitement going on around baseball, this is just to kind of get me back into the rhythm of it, give you guys something to watch, and talk about baseball, listen to my opinions, whatever. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys do enjoy this for the upcoming season, talking about baseball, talking about the Twins. And I will see you guys either after the game or tomorrow for more Twins news. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you then.